are here. Tape the Wrestling Podcast here on a Sunday night here. It's August 8th, 2020.
No, it's the 9th.
It's the 9th now? Jeez.
You're not good with days.
Dude, every day is Groundhog Day here now since this pandemic started, man. Anyway, Ernest Christian here with, of course, the Wrestling Savants, Joe Lopez, Mike Bernier with us. Fellas, what's up on Sunday?
Is it Sunday?
Sunday Fun Day.
Yep, it's
Sure.
definitely Sunday.
See, every day is day.
Joe, do you have any Cheez-Its today to share?
No, I do not. I have 0 Cheez-Its in front of me.
But are there any in your illustrious pantry that you're ever so proud of?
No, I have to get some. My pantry is lacking in Cheez-Its.
Illustrious.
I call shenanigans.
All right, so I'm looking forward to today's show today. Joe's coming today, coming hot with a mystery topic that we're going to find out in the back end of the show.
He went Rogue
right.
One.
He went Rogue One, that's right. He went Rogue One. And, of course, Mike will have his, Mike has an interesting topic bringing in today. And I guess I'll start first, right? With mine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're first.
it's fun. Let's do
All
it.
right. So, I initially had another topic in mind coming this week. I was actually going to do a kind of a, but the topic's evergreen anyway, so it's not a big deal. We can do it another time. And I was watching, obviously, this week's programming of wrestling, and I, watched NXT again this week, and I see the amazing Rhea Ripley on, on NXT, and she loses a match to Dakota Kai. Now, I'm not mad about Dakota Kai to say win the match, but I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, this is the girl that when I started watching NXT, really late last year, I was being touted that she was the future, not just of NXT, but of the entire company, the entire women's division, the entire, probably all pro wrestling. Rhea Ripley was going to be the girl that everything be built around. And she got the belt, obviously, against Shayna Baszler in December. She was a champion all the way through the winter, and then she lost the belt to Charlotte Flair at Mania, which, okay, we get it. It's Charlotte Flair, arguably, in my opinion, the greatest women's champion in the history of the business, maybe. But since WrestleMania, it's been kind of weird. Like, she loses the belt, and then it feels like for the last 5 months, I don't know if it's the pandemic. I don't know if it's just maybe this change of heart within the company. I don't know what it is, but she's kind of seemed to be fizzling out. She had the three-way triple threat match, against Io Shirai and Charlotte Flair in June at the Great American Bash, and she lost that. Granted, Io Shirai won the match. She was amazing too. But it kind of feels like Rhea Ripley's kind of sort of like dwindling a little bit. Like, I don't know. Is this should I be concerned, or is this them maybe saving her until we get back to crowds again? I don't know. Fellas, help me out here.
Mike, do you want to take this one first, or shall I?
I'll give you the honors.
Okay. So I'm really happy, actually, that you brought up this topic. Well, okay, no, I should reword that. I'm really happy that an hour ago I got to watch the beginning of this week's NXT, because I didn't watch it until now. And I haven't seen the whole show, but I did get time enough to end up seeing the Rhea Ripley Dakota Kai match, which, by the way, excellent match.
Absolutely.
Like, incredible work from those two women. And also, as a total aside, I'm going to say it, and then we're going to move on from it. Because I feel like I've been giving AEW a lot of shit on this show, deservedly so. But this week's Dynamite was absolutely fantastic.
A+.
I just feel like that was a good moment to say that, but we can move on from that because it has nothing to do with the topic. Anyway.
Is this where we just say it's Dynamite?
Yes, exactly, JJ.
Thank you.
Good times.
Yeah, anytime you need a payment. So I'm glad I got to watch that, though.
Walona was a whore.
What?
Walona was a whore.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I was just like, the hell just happened? All right. Anyway, so I'm glad I got to watch this after you mentioned what this topic was, because in my mind I was thinking to myself, oh man, what happened on NXT? What craziness went down? Like, what did they do to poor Rhea? And then I watched her have an incredible match with Dakota Kai and then get attacked by Mercedes Martinez and continue a fantastic feud that has nothing to do with the title, which is something that is very rare in any women's division in any company ever. And then I was like, what the fuck is Ernest talking about? Like what? What's wrong with the direction that Rhea Ripley's going in right now? They're using her. They've got her in the mix. I like that they don't have her actually fighting for the title right now because she doesn't need it. You know? I mean, look, the fact of the matter is, and I know Mike made an argument a few weeks ago for Impact having the best women's roster, but I'm going to tell you something. NXT, if they don't have the best women's roster, they're certainly in the argument for it. Because Io Shirai and Dakota Kai are going to have a fantastic match for that women's title. And then you have Io Shirai's ex-partner, whose name is slipping my mind right now, but you know who I'm talking about. You don't like her no more. You have her floating around, and then you have fucking Mercedes Martinez there, and then you have Rhea. You've got a lot of talent, and so I like that they're not going right back to the well of having Rhea in that mix. Rhea and Io will fight eventually, and they will have a great match. But you know what, like, I don't know that if I do see what you're saying, where like her push feels like it's slowed down, and obviously she was gone for a few weeks, which was kind of odd. Everyone had thought that it was, pandemic related, but it turns out it's not like she was out of the country or anything like that. So I don't know what happened there. But, I do feel like if live audiences had been a thing, and if Charlotte hadn't gotten injured, that maybe SummerSlam we would have gotten Rhea versus Charlotte in a rematch, and that would have been a pretty big deal. Since Charlotte's not here, you can't even have that in the no audience era. So they had to do something with Rhea. And like I said, it's easy to take her right back to the title. So I kind of like that they're doing something different with her.
Okay. Mike?
All right. I've discussed in my takes on, especially because Ernest brought it up, of title belts and how you need to, use the title. And I've made my arguments that there are a lot of wrestling promotions that it's like they build the title, but they don't build anything around it. They don't build the meat around the bone. And I feel like this is exactly the opposite of that. They're building the meat around the bone. They're giving the women of NXT a secondary feud to do something with. They're them, ring time that isn't Io and whoever her challenger is. Yes, it is Dakota Kai at TakeOver 30. Really excited about that match. As Joe mentioned, the thing here is that and this is what I don't understand. People will go up and down the card. It's happened for, 700 years. Why is it in the social media era that everyone thinks that when someone, isn't fighting for the title because it's what they were doing for the last 6 months, or they were champion for 6 months, or insert this, that, here, or the other, that, they don't like them anymore, or something's wrong with them.
You know what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Maybe it's seeing what else that they have there because they know they have the proven star in Rhea.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Giving Io and them the opportunity to see what they have because they know what they have in Rhea. And to be perfectly honest with you, and I'm going to say this, and this is going to be a complete move here, and it's fine with me. Rhea Ripley wins the 3-brand battle royal and faces Bayley for the Raw Women's title at SummerSlam.
I was thinking the same thing also, too. When they announced the 3-brand thing, I was like, that's Rhea's opportunity then, maybe. I mean, if they go that route. Now, look, I agree with you guys. The reason I was concerned is that I thought about it a little bit harder this week, thinking back the last couple months, and it's just the way she was built, and then it felt all of a sudden just stop.
Well,
that's why this is more than anything else.
Let me just say something to what Mike was saying.
Yeah.
Well, that occurred to me. I sort of wonder what it was like in the 80s and the 70s for wrestling fans when this kind of happened. Because like you said, like Mike was saying, this isn't new. You know what I mean? Like 1 month, Ronnie Garvin is fighting Ric Flair for the world title and beating him.
The difference between the 80s and now, I will say, is that while there was weekly television, most of the stuff you saw on Superstars or Wrestling Challenge, for example, were mostly jobbers against wrestlers.
Oh yeah,
they were, you know what I'm saying?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I wonder how fans reacted back then to the same sort of thing as like what's happening with Rhea, where it's like this person was at the top of the card and now they're like midway on the card. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because I don't think fans were thinking to themselves. I mean, because like smart fans, I guess existed back then. I don't know exactly how smart people were to the way that wrestling works, but you know, I can't imagine a lot of people being like, oh yeah, King Kong Bundy, he's not fighting for the world title anymore. Must have pissed somebody off in the back. Like, I feel like people were probably just like, oh yeah, he didn't win that feud, so now he's lower on the card. It makes sense. It's the way the UFC works. It's the way, you know, it's the way any kind of competition works for the most part.
Now, granted, Vince doesn't really, from what we know, Vince doesn't really pay attention to NXT as much as, you know, as the other brands. You know, but we do know
recently. I've heard recently that they have writers now working on NXT as opposed to just Triple H calling the shots.
Right. Now, I think also too, real quick, I think she's still in the mix. Like, my concern was only based on the fact that it felt sudden. I do know, obviously, in the last 7 months, there's been a lot of call-ups to Raw and SmackDown. The roster's obviously gotten drained a little bit. You know, Matt Riddles and Shayna Baszler's and the Street Profits. You can name it down the list. And obviously, so there's a lot of talent going up. So the priority, yes, should be building stars, and that's what they're doing across the board. Not just with the women's division, but even the men's also too. You know. So I get that they're trying to do that, and obviously they're going to use Rhea to push Dakota Kai even further. You know, and they're using other guys, you know, to do that as well too. The reason I was concerned is that it just felt so sudden.
Wait, okay.
Literally the best, most popular person probably in the division for a little while, and all of a sudden it just feels like it's stalled a little bit.
I'm going to ask that, and this is a yes or no question.
Okay.
I'm going to ask from both of you, yes or no, and then you guys can fight with each other because I feel like you're going to have different answers, okay? All right. Ernest, you go first, okay?
Oh, okay. Nice setup.
Do you feel like Dakota Kai beating Rhea Ripley this past week on NXT was an upset?
No.
Mike?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Now why?
Well, I mean, it was interference in there, but so I mean, how do you really?
Okay, the better way you should have worded this, Joe, is when this match was announced, did you think that Dakota Kai was going to be the one that was going to face Io Shirai for the title at NXT TakeOver 30?
Right. There you go.
And okay. I say yes, based on the trends that's been happening the last couple of weeks.
Then if that's your answer, then your question
be a surprise.
Then it shouldn't be a surprise.
No. It's not. It's just that I only noticed it after the fact.
Here's the thing. Hindsight's 20/20 on that. So, of course, you're going to say, no, you would have thought that it would have been Dakota. Here's the fact of the matter. Worrying about where somebody is on the card stopped in the 80s. Because you'll have the tag title match open one night, you'll have the tag match in the middle one night, you'll have the tag match main event at one night. Just depends on who the fuck's in the ring.
And what town you're in.
The NXT title has been the opening match on shows, it's been in the middle of the card, and it's been the main event. The fact of the matter is, the thing here is not Rhea Ripley being devalued, it's NXT using what they have an advantage in.
Yeah.
Joe mentioned Dynamite, great show this week. Mm-hmm. What's the one thing Dynamite struggles with? The women's division. What is the one thing that NXT can step on their throat with?
The women.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
Use the fucking women's division. Get more of them on the fucking show. You now have Mercedes Martinez, who's going to be a stud in that fucking division. Mm-hmm. Now that means you can use Rhea to win that Battle Royal and face Bayley if that's the route you decide to take. And then the ace in the hole here, and I mean, I know we didn't really go into a lot of it, is what's going to happen with this thing going on SmackDown with the Retribution.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of people that are circling around here now saying that it's going to be Johnny, Candice.
I heard Naomi, too.
Vanessa Bourne, Naomi, the one member of the Usos that's healthy. Like, I've heard like 7 or 8 names floating around right now. I want to know what the end game is. Are they fucking Nexus 2.0, or are they going to actually do something with this? Because if that's the case, like, and it means that Candice is now out of the women's division, and Johnny's going to fucking the main roster, and this, that, and the other, like, this is things that NXT is going to have to use these guys to get over the Casey Catanzaros, the Donovan Dijakovic's, the Karrion Crosses, the Imperiums of the world, because they're going to be who you're going to rely on over the next 6 to 7 months. Personally, I don't think that getting back on the Rhea Ripley thing, I don't think Rhea Ripley has anything to worry about. I think Rhea Ripley is fine where she's at. I don't think they're devaluing anything. I think the problem is they had a long-term storyline invested with her and Charlotte, and then Charlotte has the issue that she has and has to have surgery, this, that, and the other. It's literally...
And don't...
Yeah, and I'm not concerned myself, too. That's why I asked you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Don't forget, too, Charlotte will be back. You know, Charlotte's not gone. Charlotte's not pregnant like Becky. Charlotte's not, you know... Like, we don't not have an idea of when Charlotte will be back. She's out injured, but she'll be back sooner than later. And there's still money in her and Rhea having another match. So, I mean, Rhea's still going to get that moment, you know?
No. And again, I agree with you guys. I just brought it up. I want to see if you guys maybe saw something different, too. Because, again, it just felt sudden. But I'm thinking to myself, you know, but there's been a trend the last couple of weeks, you know, across the board. Not just with Rhea putting Dakota over, you know.
I feel like
also with Finn Balor a couple weeks ago with the three-way in the quarterfinal.
I feel like if we were recording this podcast in the 80s and the topic you brought up was like, what's happening with Randy Savage, guys, because he was world champion and then he lost the title and now they have him feuding with Brutus Beefcake. And guys, I'm worried. Like that's what this feels like a little bit.
That's not a bad analogy, buddy.
Well,
but then you should understand why it makes no sense.
Yeah. The comment you made, and I guess this is the way for me to put the biggest bow on the situation. Rhea Ripley.
Girl, put a bow on it.
Oh yeah, Rhea Ripley does not need the NXT Women's title right now.
Right.
Finn Balor does not need to be involved in a meaningless North American ladder match.
Right.
And can I just say, just to intervene?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the right word, but to interfere. I don't know. Anyway,
intervene.
The not only does Rhea Ripley not need the NXT Women's title, the NXT Women's title does not need Rhea Ripley.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah, see that. I guess that's the thing that the topic of is Rhea Ripley falling. I don't know that it's falling. I think it's giving others the opportunity to succeed, knowing you have the ace in the hole up your sleeve if you need
right.
it.
I think the best thing was what I probably should have done, really more than anything else, because I agree with you 100%. I still feel the same way too. The way I should have framed the question was, should we be worried about Rhea Ripley? That's all.
No.
Okay. But what? Yeah, but why should we? Like, why would you be?
No, I tell you, if you watch TV, like if you're a casual fan, for example, you don't read the dirt sheets, you don't read all the shit on the internet, you don't read cage side seats, all that stuff, okay? And you see Rhea Ripley in the first 4 months of the first 3 months of this year, you know, the champion, this and that, and then the last 3 months you've seen her pretty much losing matches fairly consistently. The only time she's won really is against the Robert Stone brand, the handicap match, which is trash, of course, but whatever. You know, you think, okay, well, what's going on here? Why is she all of a sudden dealing with this shit?
It's the same reason why every person that's ever won Money in the Bank loses for 3.5 months before they cash in.
Right.
It makes no fucking sense, but it always happens.
Right.
Hey, Joe, by the way, it's 74-74 in the Clippers game now.
Yeah, I saw that. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah. Also, before we leave, the only thing that I'd be worried about Rhea Ripley is the fact that her hair looks fucking horrendous, all blonde.
Oh, you don't like it? You don't like the blonde? Your wife's angry.
No, I'm not angry. That just does nothing for me.
It's alright, you know, it's whatever. I like the other way better.
I can't tell if she's bald or if she has her head shaved.
What?
You know.
I'm bald.
Damn.
fuck you want from me? You being honest.
This is why we need Bianca still in NXT, because she would just walk in and snatch a wig.
So prediction. So if they're doing it's a battle royal, he said, right? Is that what Stephanie said? It's a battle royal.
That's what the princess of the McMahon family said. Yes.
Okay, and that's next week on SmackDown. I'm assuming. So, before that. By the way, this for the record, last couple weeks, we're on SmackDown. Really good storylines, man, last couple weeks.
Are we done with the Rhea Ripley topic?
We have a minute when it goes 1 minute before the topic's over.
Good.
I mean, unless anyone's got anything else to say.
Okay. I'm good with that Rhea Ripley thing, so we can go to the top.
All right. Ernest,
do it.
Ernest, I give you an A for effort for trying to bring a different topic to the table.
Oh, I saw something current too, and I was watching TV, so whatever.
No, and honestly, like I said, the funny thing is, I almost feel like I would have understood where you were coming from more if I hadn't caught the beginning of NXT right before we recorded. So,
and again, had I framed the question, should I be worried about Rhea Ripley, instead of saying what's going on, instead of panicking, just kind of come and slide in like, hey, should I be worried? No. Okay, cool. Move on.
I just feel like it's like if this was like September 1990 and you were just like, should I be worried about Kerry Von Erich? And if I was a time traveler, I'd be like, yes.
Yeah,
But as a non-time traveler, I probably would have been like, nah, man, Texas Tornado, he's cool. What?
Oh, that's right. And scene.
Great scene, guys. Great scene.
Good job.
All right. Next up.
I'm transitioning into my topic because
special.
You guys. My topic for this week's episode of the show, because I am a fan of tournaments, and yes, that includes like title tournaments and the NCAA basketball tournament, and anything that we can really get a tournament out of. So I'm bringing to the table to pay homage to one of the best tournaments in wrestling history, the King of the Ring. My topic this week is basically I've taken the 15 King of the Ring winners. I have randomized them into a bracket to form our own King of the Ring tournament. I did not take the ones from the house shows that none of us have ever seen the video from because, well, honestly, are we sure that there was actually even a tournament?
A la Savage, a la Morocco?
Yeah, those ones. So, that being said,
it was in Puerto Vallarta, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, something like that. I'm going to go over the bracket first. The way that someone is going to move on is by winning the vote between the three of us. So basically, whomever gets at least two votes moves on to the next round. Loser is eliminated. Scoring on this is based off of and the way that I would say that we suggested is how they were before they were king, and then how it went after they became king, and like how they used being the king to vault into the next level of their push.
Okay, that sounds cool.
So the bracket, like I said, I'll list the bracket. The participants who get a first round bye due to there being only 15 participants is Edge.
On this day.
Yeah. I see clearly. So, Edge was the winner of he was the winner of the 2001 King of the Ring. He defeated Kurt Angle the night Kurt decided that he was going to pull triple duty. That was fun.
Was it the same night that he threw Shane into the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was also weird because Edge's King of the Ring wasn't a crown and a cape. It was a Stanley Cup trophy.
Oh, really?
It's because he's Canadian.
Well, of course. That makes sense, yeah.
The next match, winner of this matchup gets to face Edge. It is the 1996 King of the Ring winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He defeated Jake the Snake Roberts. He is going up against King Booker T, who defeated Bobby Lashley to win the 2006 King of the Ring. In the top half of the bracket, other quarterfinal matchup, it is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, the winner of the 2002 King of the Ring. He defeated Rob Van Dam in the finals. He is going to get paired up with Mabel. And guys, Guys, I bet you guys can't guess who Mabel beat in the finals of the King of the Ring in 1995.
Hey, shouldn't we just vote on these as you read them along?
If you want. I mean, I was just trying to build up the bracket first. And then,
Okay.
but we can go whatever route you want. So let's veer back.
Let's just vote as it goes. Yeah.
Let's veer back to Stone Cold versus Booker.
It's actually, we're going based on the career. I mean, that's the easy answer. Really,
We're
Stone
not
Cold
going
Steve
based off of career. We're going based off of King of the Ring.
Right. Ernest, go ahead. Vote.
No, you go first, Joe. You go first.
All right. Well, my vote goes to Booker, and I thought about it, and here's the thing, right? Like, Austin, obviously, winning the King of the Ring is a big moment, sort of. Not really. Austin's promo after winning King of the Ring, that's his big moment. That's the thing that kind of launched the whole Austin 316 thing. Now, granted, he doesn't get that promo without winning the King of the Ring, but once that promo happened, it's not like the next 6 months he was referred to as King Austin or King Stone Cold or anything like that. They kind of just dropped the fact that he won the whole thing and moved on to, him becoming just a megastar. Whereas King Booker, Booker T has a very illustrious career overall in pro wrestling. A lot of it in WCW. His WWE run for a long time really wasn't much. And then he won the King of the Ring. And his career was kind of reinvented for a nice little run there. Him as King Booker with Queen Charmel in his corner and all of the guys working with him. It was a really fun run on SmackDown for a while. And it's honestly, to me, it might be Booker T's best work in his entire career. Like anything better than anything he ever did. Yes, somehow better than G.I. Bro. So I got to give Booker T the nod in this one.
This is based on, as Mike said, based on if the King of the Ring helped their career, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because let's be real. I mean, we can say the promo did, yes, but it was still on that platform. I mean, I think Booker's getting shafted, to be honest with you, being in his first round against Stone Cold Steve Austin, to be honest with you. But again,
Austin.
We can't pick and choose. It's got to be Austin.
All right, so that's one vote and one vote. Mike, you get to break that tie.
Hell yeah, I do. And as the guy who brought this one to the dance, I'm going to be real simple here. There was never a King 316 t-shirt, correct? There was never a crown on the smoking skull, right?
No, of course not. He didn't wear the fucking crown. He didn't take it.
Then how can he be the best King of the Ring?
But isn't the topic, though, if this actually what it did to their career as a result?
Yeah, sure. And you're the same guy who said that Stone Cold Steve Austin's title runs have been meaningless. Booker T had a 6-month title run on SmackDown where he was the main draw. He turned a mediocre career where he actually feuded with the same guy he's fighting, clean up, aisle asshole.
I love that.
So, I mean, I'm voting for the guy who used the King gimmick to get himself to the fucking moon, and that is Booker T. Booker got himself over.
I'm not mad about it.
He won that crown. He got himself over and became an even, bigger part once he won, because he was floundering on SmackDown until he became the King of the Ring. And once he became the King of the Ring, he became an even bigger piece of the act.
I will say this much though about Booker, because Booker had a solid career in WCW, but you can argue that him winning King of the Ring, it really solidified his WWE career, definitely. So, if anything, but I get it. I didn't watch really his run much really beyond 2002.
So Booker T gets to move on though.
Yes, easily, yeah, and I'm okay with that.
All right.
Next up, we have Brock Lesnar, the winner of the 2002 King of the Ring. He defeated Rob Van Dam. His opponent is Mabel, who defeated our favorite wrestler on this show, Savio Vega, to win the 1995 King of the Ring.
He's there.
I can't, in good consciousness, vote for Mabel, so Brock Lesnar gets the vote.
Brock wins. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Well, fuck you guys. I'm voting Mabel.
Oh, fuck you, Mike. Rest in peace, Mabel. Rest in peace.
I mean, again, I'm sorry. he was fucking a part of a shit tag team before he fucking won King of the Ring. He actually had a decent fucking heel run. He got a world title match out of it. What the fuck was Brock Lesnar? He was already got the rocket ship strapped to his back. Hell, he's the one that made fucking Steve Austin walk away because Steve already knew he was going to win the fucking title at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but Mabel's Mabel.
Exactly.
I mean, Mabel can be Mabel all he wants. But on the topic standpoint, this is a lot fucking closer than you guys are actually making it out to be. Because at the end of the fucking day, like, Brock already had the fucking rocket ship strapped to his back because he already had fucking Heyman. Fucking Austin walked out because he knew that he was going to ship the fucking strap right to fucking Brock. And he was like, I want to do it on this. And they were like, no, do it on this. Fucking, so that King of the Ring alone is the reason why fucking Steve Austin took his ball and went home.
True.
I mean, I'll tell you what, you make a good argument. I will say that.
The next quarterfinal matchup, the 2010 King of the Ring, Sheamus, who defeated John Morrison. He'll take on the winner of the 1993 King of the Ring, Bret Hart, who defeated Bam Bam Bigelow in the finals.
And by the way, that wasn't the best match of the there was a 3 or 4 he had that night. He faced Razor Ramon. He faced Kurt Hennig. Bret Hart for me wins this one. He was the only highlight the entire show.
Bret Hart is like who I think of sometimes when I think of King of the Ring, so I have to give him that vote.
Yeah, it's Bret for me.
I'm gonna vote Bret too. I mean, Sheamus did a lot with the King gimmick, and it was good for his run. But yeah, I think Bret wins this one just because that really proved that Bret could have great in-ring work and didn't have to be a part of a tag team. And he actually used the King stuff against Jerry the King Lawler, King versus King, stuff like that. So I think that was a major plus. Let's see. What's the next matchup? The next matchup, the winner of the 1997 King of the Ring, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who defeated Mankind, versus the winner of the 1998 King of the Ring, Ken Shamrock, who defeated The Rock in the finals.
I don't really care for either one of these. I guess I'm going to give it to Triple H.
I give it 100 too. I mean, you put Mankind, that alone.
Yeah, it was a good match too.
It was a great match.
Wait, you're really saying, oh, he beat Mankind? Fucking Shamrock beat The Rock.
That's true. I mean, it's a good point.
Like, you're really going to be like, well, whatever, I'll just give it to
This is the toughest one of the bracket, to be honest. It's probably just tough to harder than Austin Booker, honestly.
All right, so we're just going to move Triple H over.
It's like a 4 to 5 seed here, pretty much.
Next up, with the winner of the 2000 King of the Ring, Kurt Angle, who defeated Rikishi. He is taking on the winner of the 1994 Royal Rumble, Owen Hart, who defeated Razor Ramon in the finals.
I think Owen did way more with the King gimmick. I don't even remember Kurt Angle winning it, to be honest. But I remember Owen, so Owen gets my vote.
And Owen's 94, it was a great 94. He beat Brett in WrestleMania that year.
Yeah.
I'm getting Owen. I'm getting Owen, man. Honestly. Probably the most underrated wrestler in the history of the business.
Yeah, all right, Queen Sleep. Let's just move on. Let's see. We have the 1999 winner, Billy Gunn. He is going to take on the winner of the 2015. Bad News Barrett. What's the fuck? Read it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Billy Gunn.
Why?
He's an ass man. That's why.
I never really liked Barrett.
At least King Barrett did something.
Yeah, but it was nothing I liked.
That was when they were trying to make Billy Gunn a successful singles guy. 99.
Yeah, they tried.
Right? Yeah,
they tried.
Yeah, I'll go Gunn only because I watched him. I watched that entire that run, and Bad News Bear I didn't really watch him, so I'll go Gunn on this one.
Final first round matchup: Baron Corbin, who won the 2019, versus William Regal, who won the 2008.
I'm gonna give it to Corbin, who's doing a lot with the whole King gimmick, and Regal's win was kind of a like almost like a thank you nod more than anything else.
Corbin's King gimmick is arguably probably the greatest King gimmick being used since Savage in 89-90.
Wrong.
Well, okay, you can I consider Booker and who's the other one King that they and King only race. That's it.
Owen ran around as king for a little while.
That's
as well.
yeah.
So is Sheamus.
Yeah.
Corbin's in that competition though, so I'll go Corbin.
Yeah. Okay. All of us. Cool. Let's move on to the next round.
All right.
Yes. Top half of the bracket: Edge, Booker T.
Booker T.
You know what? I'm gonna go Booker because that argument you guys made in the last in the quarterfinals. I'm gonna run with you guys. Booker's here.
Yay! All of us.
Nice.
Brock Lesnar versus Bret Hart.
I'm still going Bret.
Bret.
I got that 9-3 fucking run was amazing.
Yep. Agreed.
Triple H versus Owen Hart.
Owen.
94.
Which, unlike in 97, when every time they faced each other, Triple H would win.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn versus Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
It is Corbin. That's easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Corbin. And his theme song's amazing too on top of that, so let's go.
I like we're getting down to the real kings.
All right, so semifinals is first one is Bret Hart versus Booker T.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm going home now. See you later.
Well, I'm going Booker T.
Fuck. This is tough.
It is. No, this is a tough one.
This is the finals. This is the finals here.
So I'm going to say this. Being the king did not reinvent Bret's career the way it did Booker's. That's why I'm going Booker.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing too. Because Bret didn't need to be king.
No. And the fact that King of the Ring needed Bret that time. There was their attempt to launch a fifth pay-per-view. You needed the first person to be big deal. That's why you went with Bret.
Leaving on top of that too, yeah. So
yeah,
I'll go Booker.
All right, that's a
you too?
Obviously, I'm the one who's put the biggest argument for Booker.
Oh yeah.
The second semifinals, Baron Corbin versus Owen Hart.
Oh, that's tough. This is really tough. But I'll you know what? Because of the legacy, I'll go Owen Hart.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
All right. Well, I was gonna go Baron Corbin because I thought Corbin, really used the gimmick to get over whenever everybody hated his fucking gut.
Could we argue that might have actually really solidified Owen Hart's career when the King of the Ring?
Yes.
Because we never put a title on him, obviously. They didn't put a title on him.
Yes. No, I think King Owen was probably the best run of his career.
Yeah, but could we also mention that King Corbin saved Baron Corbin's WWE run?
Yes, but Corbin's still going, though. He could end up being world champion one day.
If we do this...
part of the fucking releases next year.
Nah, I doubt that. I mean, in fact, Mike, if we probably did do this record again next year, and somehow Owen and Corbin are match up again, I might think differently. Right? This is only 1 year into Corbin's King run, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no bad answer here, to be honest with you.
All right, so the finals is Booker T versus Owen Hart.
Jeez, no, don't do this to me. I will say Booker, and the footage I've seen in that era, in Ruthless Aggression era, Booker seemed to embrace the King role a little more than Owen.
He did so much. You need to watch some of that work.
I've seen some of the footage. I mean, and I that does stand out. And this is less about Owen, more about Booker. It literally, Booker was a Hall of Fame regardless, but the King gimmick, as you said, it solidified his WWE career.
Right.
Owen was still Owen no matter what. He's just that great.
Yeah, Booker
like
gets
Bret.
my vote.
Yeah, Booker here too.
All right, clean sweep for the title.
Oz.
I mean, I'm going to say this, right? He beat Austin in the first round. He deserved to make it all the way to the end.
Well, I'll tell you, the argument you made, though, for Booker is what turned me. It was a great argument. Because when you said about, like, what turned his career, and granted, this tournament did not really necessarily change Austin because it was really the 316 speech.
No, I
but,
got you. Turned you like some milk in a hot fridge. I got you.
Right. So, there you go. So, anything else after that?
That was fun. We should do more of those.
Yeah, Mike, get some more fucking brackets, dude.
All
right.
Let's
now,
do like best intercontinental champion like next week
that'd be
or something.
awesome.
Somebody dedicate a topic to that.
Okay.
We may not do Intercontinental Champion, but I might do something.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Cool. Joe is going to come in now with a mystery topic.
Yes. All right. So my topic. So, something really historic happened this past week on AEW. For the first time in I think over 20 years, Eric Bischoff appeared on a wrestling program on TNT.
Correct.
And we also had an announcement that another anniversary is going to happen, something that has not happened since. And Mike did this research for me, because when you need statistical research about any kind of thing sports related, you turn to Mike. And this has not happened since April of like 1998, from what we can tell. So to celebrate the fact that for the first time in well over 20 years, pro wrestling will be preempted on TNT thanks to basketball in the coming weeks, I have decided to preempt my topic tonight, and instead we shall talk about the NBA playoffs and finals and who you guys think are going to win the championship.
You really doing a basketball topic for this?
Yes. My topic has been preempted.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Can we at least see the brackets first when it comes out next week?
What's the matter? You don't have a prediction here?
No, because here's the thing, though, honestly, and this is coming from the big basketball analyst, you want to call it. Because there's no crowds involved in this, the amount of teams that could realistically win a title now increases quite a bit.
So, wait, give me your top 4 predictions then.
I mean, you can't beg LeBron and Anthony Davis, so you had to put them in the 4 at least in the discussion.
Wow.
The Clippers, obviously, is another one of my favorites from the start. I want to say Milwaukee. I'll put Milwaukee in there too as well, because obviously Milwaukee, have Giannis, whatever. Although I'm still concerned about the rest of the guys around them. They step up.
I'm gonna laugh.
There's going to be a wild card, man. There's going to be a wild card somewhere. I told Mike a couple of weeks ago, I think Boston can be scary. I think Toronto.
That's our team right there, yeah.
I think Toronto's scary. Miami could be scary if they're healthy. So there's a lot of teams here that, because of the no home court advantage, it changes the dynamic completely. That's why matchups are so important. That's why Portland, if they get in as an 8 seed, they won't beat the Lakers, but they'll push them 6 or 7 games though.
Can we argue that Orlando has home field advantage through this whole thing?
I mean, it's good, except for the fact that they actually, don't get to go home.
I am stunned right now that Joe Lopez went totally fucking left field. No, not even left field. Foul ball in the crowd. Hot dog stand for this goddamn fucking topic. What's wrong with you, Joe Lopez?
We had to celebrate the preemption of pro wrestling on TNT.
Does that make you mad, though?
I mean, no, because, I don't watch the show live half the time now. I watch it DVR. I watched it today. I watched half of Dynamite.
I will say, though, the ratings, how will it impact the ratings, though, because I'm really curious how NXT will draw. Because I follow the ratings week to week, on at least on Wednesdays. I am curious if that will impact the ratings for AEW. If NXT will get over 1 million as a result, will NXT gobble up all the remaining half of fans that normally watch AEW? By the way, AEW almost hit 1 million this week. They were 900,000 this week.
Did they really? Wow.
Yes. So I'm curious. Will NXT eat up at least half of the 900,000 they get every week?
I don't know. I'm curious. Mike, who do you think's making it to the NBA finals?
Jesus Christ.
Well, just doing some simple, math in my brain right now.
Use your brain, boy.
Milwaukee would play Oakland. Toronto's going to be tentatively scheduled to play Brooklyn. Boston is going to face the 76ers. Miami and the Pacers. I like the Celtics to make a run here and at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals. especially if Joel Embiid is out for any extended period of time with his ankle that he fucked up today.
Simmons already out on top of that, so.
Yeah, so I like that half of the bracket for Boston if it stays the way that it stays right now. I don't like anything in Milwaukee after Giannis. So I feel like they're on upset alert, especially if Miami can get hot shooting the three.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see a Celtic Heat Eastern Conference Finals. I'm gonna tell you right. I'm gonna go finger on the trigger. If Portland gets gets an 8 seed, they're working fucking LeBron.
It's going 6-7 games. I said that.
Oh no. You're saying it's going 6 or 7 games. I'm saying take your shit and go back to LA.
Wait, they win the series?
Yes.
I mean, I love to see it. I love Dame.
Nobody wants the Damian Lillard smoke. He went for 51 tonight. He's got 7 million points in fucking the bubble. Nobody wants the Damian Lillard smoke right now. Because what happened the last time someone talked shit? He hit a 3 in Portland, stared everybody down, and hit him with the loves to share.
You want the smoke?
Yeah. The favorite in reality to win the Western Conference, though, is the Los Angeles Clippers.
Tell them.
I will take a Clippers, Celtics, NBA final.
And Kawhi wins his 3rd ring with his 3rd different team.
Now, could you imagine this, okay? On ESPN, this, like, Thursday night, they're in the middle of a basketball game. They're in the middle of, like, I don't know, the Lakers game or whatever. And we cut over to, like, a street, like, basketball hoop. And there's Michael Jordan, and he's like, yo, I got all these people playing basketball with no rules. It's what do they call it on Raw? It's
Underground?
Yes, it's NBA Underground. Could you imagine that happening? Because that'd be amazing.
Could we talk about that real quick, though? Raw Underground real quick. Is that okay? Before we get off here?
I can give you like 2 minutes of that, I suppose.
Yeah, please. What do you guys think about it? I actually liked it. I didn't mind it.
I think it's stupid. I think anytime they try to do the whole quote unquote real fighting thing in fake fucking fighting, it's stupid.
Joe, I'm gonna give you a strong word of advice, okay? Never use that sentence in the presence of Minoru Suzuki ever.
Yeah, fair.
You're dead.
I can outrun him, I think, maybe.
Suzuki will good you.
Let me say this real quick about that. If this would have been not in the COVID era and we have crowds and all that, I would agree with you. It's stupid. I'm okay with anything different. You have a 3-hour fucking show to fill full time in, and in a fucking performance center. This fucking something different. I'm okay with it at this point. Throw anything to the fucking wall. I don't give a shit. Just try it once.
Why can't they just fill it with good wrestling though? I mean, they have the wrestlers for it.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, real quick. The Hurt Business. I love factions. I'm happy.
Ugh.
Mike, why?
Cause you have a 96-year-old MVP taking up TV time from people that could actually use.
You gotta admit though, he was amazing on TV though. You gotta admit.
So for my sake, since
suits suck, his fucking promos suck. You know what his name should be? LVP, least valuable player. Get off my fucking screen.
Speaking of that, MVPs of the week.
Yeah, I was about to say the MVPs.
I'll go first.
Go for it.
Rest in peace, Kamala. Passed away
that
at age 70.
Just happened.
Yeah. This happened like a couple hours ago. Yeah. My original MVP was going to be Virgil, but
no, don't lie to yourself.
No, because he's been cracking me up on social media. No, but seriously, read what Bret Hart. If you go to Bret Hart's Instagram, we really wrote about Kamala today. It's really nice.
Nice.
So rest in peace.
I'll take a gator. Joseph.
My MVP this week is the Dark Order, who, for the first time, I think since their incarnation in AEW, actually looked really good on this past week's Dynamite. They were involved in 2 really, really good matches, including that 12-man tag that was so much better than it had any right being. I'm gonna admit that I actually enjoyed them this week.
Wow.
Chaotic match, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, I thought everything was like on in that match.
Not bad, actually. I was like looking for it. I was like 12-man tag. Get me the fuck out of here, dude. But not terrible.
Exactly.
So Joe goes to one show on Wednesday night. I'm going to go to another. And I'm going to pick a surprising MVP this week from the NXT brand.
Okay.
And it's a guy who is for the brand. My
really?
MVP
Doing it?
is the guy who's going to face Adam Cole at NXT 30. It is the best punter of the fucking decade. I am taking Pat McAfee.
Question, guys. Do you like this feud? Do you like it? Does it make sense?
I haven't watched it. I don't care.
I love it.
Pat
He is for the fucking brand.
Oh, I love Pat McAfee. He's the heel in this now too, I think. Based on how this went on Wednesday, he's the heel in this one.
Yeah,
good.
That's what I heard.
But is he a heel or is he defending the honor of his friend who Adam Cole came into his studio, pushed his friend, broke his shit? It's just getting even.
Punching him in the fucking mouth. Jeez.
Hey, everybody loves Shawn Michaels because he could do a super kick. Why wouldn't a punter use a kick? That's stupid not to. Use what you got.
Makes sense there. But is this worth a takeover match though? Wouldn't they benefit from having this on a fucking weekly NXT show?
No, because
what else are you gonna have Adam Cole doing right now? Losing to Killian Cross?
If Pat McAfee's on the show, you mean to tell me that they're going to take viewers away from AEW on a Wednesday night with Pat McAfee? I mean, it's not like you're loading it up with Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. It's not like you're bringing Austin back. I mean, at the end of the day, at least it's like if you put that on a fucking takeover, it's like, oh, so there's always that one match on the takeover where you're like, well, this match could be okay or it could be meh. So you have that match. What else is around it? I don't know. A women's title match is Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai.
I guess my thing is this, Mike. Are you likely to pop a rating with McAfee Cole, or are you likely to get more subscribers on the WWE Network for the match?
I'll take 20,000 people using a free month, and then probably half of them forgetting to cancel it and getting $9.99 from all of them, then losing the fucking Wednesday night rating war to fucking AEW anyways.
Okay. Fair point.
Yeah, fair.
Gentlemen, so let's get a heart out. We're done. Great show today. It was actually short, but it's okay.
And so am I. Fuck you.
The ring
That's right.
have a
Fellas, good job.
Goodbye.
Later.
Bye.